Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So, I wanted to redo the Portland Trailblazers video because I realized I got a lot in that video wrong. There was a lot going on yesterday with the trade deadline, and I misspoke on a couple things. Like, I know what I meant to say, I just didn't actually fucking say them, because sometimes that happens. Like, there were so many trades going on yesterday that I was thinking about different shit. I was trying to make multiple videos yesterday, so I was a little all over the place in that video. So, now that I've had a day, I wanted to talk about it again because the Portland Trailblazers are a team that it's like their actions simply do not match their statements. Like, they come out and say they want to be competitive. Oh yeah, we want to put a championship team around Damian Lillard. We want to give him a chance to compete. The problem is all their fucking moves do not match that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they traded Josh Hart to the Knicks, okay? And like a 4-team deal, they got Matisse Thybulle, Cam Reddish, and a first-round pick, right? And the first-round pick, from what I understand, is supposedly lottery protected, okay? So it's an okay haul for Josh Hart, but does it make them better? I don't think so. Like, yes, Josh Hart is not a great three-point shooter. He's a guy that rebounds the basketball. He's shooting 50% from the field. That's not bad, but like, I think to myself, you got yourself Cam Reddish, you got yourself a project. Okay? And regardless of what you think of Josh Hart, okay? I think Josh Hart has the ability to be a decent NBA player. I think he's a solid NBA player at the very least. You traded Josh Hart for a 23-year-old project. Okay? That's what you did. And I can't help but think, like, you probably could have gotten something better for Josh Hart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand why the Knicks wanted him, but, like, Cam Reddish has played like shit the past 35 or so games that he's played for the Knicks. Now, granted, one could argue that he just needs opportunity, which I think is the case, but the thing is, like, they have a 3 to 4 year window with Damian Lillard. That's their timetable, 3 to 4 years, because once Damian Lillard is at 36, that's where I think it stops, because at 37, 38, at that point, dude's getting ready to fucking retire, okay? So there was that trade. Then they traded Gary Payton II to the Warriors and ended up getting back Kevin Knox and 5 second-round picks. So they got one lottery-protected first-round pick. They got a bunch of projects in Kevin Knox II, Cam Reddish, and Matisse Thybulle, who's 25. Yes, they got younger. Matisse Thybulle is a great defender, but 5 second-round picks? I mean, these are not winning basketball moves. That's my problem with the whole thing with Joe Cronin and the front office, and there's an argument to be made that they need a new head coach. Their defense has done exactly what I thought it would do. They started off the year hot, and now it's like one of the bottom defenses in the league. The Portland Trailblazers have literally done what I expected them to do, okay? They started off the year hot, and now they're a fringe playing team, okay? And I don't know why Blazers fans think that this made their team better, because I don't think it did, okay? And the worst part is, I don't even know if these guys actually fit their timeline, because you are praying that Cam Reddish and Matisse Thybulle, at the very least, become better players. And I think Cam Reddish is a real possibility. Cam Reddish is a guy that I think just needs opportunity. I think he has the ability to shoot 37% from 3. I think he has the ability to shoot better than 40% from the field. He's become a better defender since he was on the Knicks. And at the end of the day, a future of Cam Reddish and Shaedon Sharpe is maybe not the worst thing in the world. But they needed a center. Jakob Poeltl was available, and they didn't get him. Like, Thomas Bryant of the Lakers was available, and they didn't get Thomas Bryant, apparently because Thomas Bryant was incredibly disgruntled in LA after Anthony Davis came back and he wasn't getting playing time. So, like, I gotta ask, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, Jeremy Grant, I don't know how true it is, but supposedly Jeremy Grant turned down a max contract extension. And as good as Jeremy Grant has been this year, it's like, he's not enough. You can't just bring back Jeremy Grant and say, like, yeah, that's our move. That's our mid-tier move. We're bringing back Jeremy Grant. Okay? He's a good player, but Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, and Jeremy Grant and Jusuf Nurkic, okay, is not enough for you to win when your defense is horrible. Okay? And on top of that, when you look at the West now, okay, with Kevin Durant being there and Kyrie Irving and being on different teams, okay, I expected Portland to be way more active on this deadline because it seemed like everybody was making moves yesterday. There was only a handful of teams that didn't really make moves. The Pacers didn't make many moves. The Chicago Bulls didn't make any moves. Like, there were certain teams that just flat out were like, hey, we're not making any moves. Okay, and that's fine. But, like, Portland is the one team that they have sold their fans on the idea that they're going to put a championship team around Damian Lillard. But I'm telling you right now, trading for fucking draft picks and project players is not making your team a competitive basketball team. You want to make your team a competitive basketball team and put championship caliber talent around Damian Lillard? Trade for OG Anunoby. Okay, OG Anunoby is one of the better defenders in the league. He's young. He's a guy that maybe fits your timeline a little better than most guys. Okay, Anthony Simons, it seems like the Blazers fan base is really divided on him of whether or not they should trade him for something else or keep him. But Anthony Simons seems like he's a solid player. But I just feel like the Blazers are back in the same fucking spot that they were with CJ McCollum. Like, yeah, you have Anthony Simons, you have Damian Lillard, but you have two guards and a fucking center. That's what you have to go with, and Jeremy Grant. They need more depth. They need to play better on defense. They really need a center. They need a lot of shit. And there was a lot of guys available yesterday. Okay? There was a shit ton of guys available yesterday. And I can't help but think to myself, like, what are you doing? You know? Like, I get it. It's okay to be happy with these guys. Oh, they're project players. They'll get better. Yeah, Shaedon Sharpe developed pretty well. Like, he's coming along well. But a lot of people don't understand that not everybody is as physically gifted as Shaedon Sharpe is when it comes to athleticism, okay? Not to say that I don't have any faith in these players, but to me, as an outsider looking in as a part of the free Damian Lillard camp, okay, I look at this team and I'm like, this is your move. Like, these are the moves you make. You decide that, oh, we're just going to take on a bunch of project players because they still take time to develop. Okay? They still take time to become the players that you want them to become. It's going to easily take a year and a half for some of these guys to really see what they're going to be. Okay? And I just think to myself, like, I get it. You're not a big free agent destination. I get that you don't have, like, maybe super crazy ideal pieces that other teams want. But, like, the Gary Payton II trade, I'm just like, you held on to Gary Payton II for half a year. Half a year. He's a guy that is a solid defender. He can get above the rim, right? He can shoot a little bit, right? And what do? You trade him back to the fucking Warriors after you signed him for them, essentially, and got Kevin Knox and 5 second-round picks for him. That, to me, was the trade that I was like, what the? And then the guy they choose to waive, out of all people, is Bruce Brown II. They were like, hey, we're gonna waive, out of all the players we have, we're gonna waive Bruce Brown II. You know, Jabari Walker looks like he's gonna be a good player, but once again, takes time. It's going to take time. And not for nothing, but the reason I have a problem with this, and the reason everybody else has a problem with it that's not a Trailblazers fan, that are Damian Lillard fans, is because we're like, by the time this all gets done, right? By the time the Trailblazers get done taking on young talent, by the time they get done shipping guys out and bringing projects in and trading for draft picks and doing all this shit, Damian Lillard's going to have like maybe a 1 or 2 year window to actually win a championship. And with as good as the rest of the league is looking, you know, we got the Celtics, who look like they're going to be together for a while. The Phoenix Suns have the ability now to potentially be a dynasty for the next 3 to 4 years. So, like, this isn't a situation where you can just drag your fucking feet and be like, yeah, you know what, everything will be fine in 2 to 3 years. Because then your window goes from this to this. Okay? And that's why I'm just like, why aren't the Blazers front office making win-now moves? Okay, a win now move would have been trading for Jakob Poeltl or trading for another decent center. Like I said, Thomas O'Bryant was out there. Jakob Poeltl was out there. Like, there were guys. I mean, fuck, Nikola Vucevic isn't a great guy, but he was out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they could have gotten somebody who is, a two-way defender in a way, like a guy who maybe can defend the perimeter and defend underneath the rim, like Jonathan Isaac's been injured as all hell, but he's one of the better defenders in the league when he plays. But, like, it's just the idea. I would have liked to see them make a better move. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked to see them at least try to make an all-in move. Because, honestly, if Jeremy Grant's not coming back, like, your whole fucking, like, whatever it is you're trying to do relies on Jeremy Grant coming back. Okay? Like, I hate to say that, but everything the Trailblazers have done really comes down to, will Jeremy Grant re-sign in the offseason? And being that he already turned down a max contract, I don't think that's going to happen. So if Jeremy Grant's not going to come back, why not trade him for John Collins? The Atlanta Hawks were desperate to get rid of John Collins. Okay? They were trying so hard to get rid of John Collins at the deadline, and they could not do it. So I'm like, if I'm the Blazers, and I'm like, hey, I don't know if Jeremy Grant's coming back. Yeah, he's a great player, but at least you don't lose him for nothing. And now the Blazers are in a situation where it's like, they didn't trade him, and if they want him to come back, they're probably going to have to overpay him if he even wants to come back. So I don't know, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand the moves. You know, they're not exactly a hot free agent destination. Maybe they're loading up on draft picks to try and make a big splash in the offseason. That's the only thing that I can think of right now at this point. I know that the Pacers did that. They loaded up on picks to maybe make a big splash in the offseason. But I don't know, man. I just do not understand this. Like, to me, as an outsider, I'm like, giving up on Gary Payton II, you know, half a season into his first year, to me, doesn't make sense. The Matisse Thybulle trade, I get why you got him, but he's not an offensive prodigy by any means. Cam Reddish has gotten better at defense, but the offense needs work. And, you know, I look at this and I'm just like, Kevin Knox, like, what is Kevin Knox even doing this year? What is Kevin Knox up to? I know he's been better, but, like, Kevin Knox has not lived up to his potential at all. Kevin Knox is playing better finally this year. In 42 games for Detroit, he's shooting 46% from the field, 37% from three, and 78% from the free throw line. Okay, that's not too bad. He's 23 years old, but once again, like, he's not exactly a proven guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's playing better for Detroit, but, you know, Kevin Knox, to me, is just, he's very inconsistent, and I really, really have to wonder, like, what was the appeal here of Kevin Knox? So, I don't know, man. Maybe they're making moves for the post-Damian Lillard era, but if you're doing that, why not just trade Damian Lillard? You know what I'm saying? Damian Lillard could easily get you 4, maybe 5 first-round picks to the right team. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know what Portland is doing, but to me, I expected them to be more active around the deadline, and they just simply weren't. And I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just people weren't interested in the players they had, or if they just weren't being aggressive. I don't know what it is, but the trade deadline did not go the way that I expected anyway for the Portland Trailblazers. And the crazy part is, right, and this is what I wanted to close this out on, is the Portland Trailblazers have a record that is salvageable. They are 27-28, okay? They are right now 10th in the Western Conference. We are talking about what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3 wins. 3 wins separate them between the 10th seed and being the 6th seed. So I'm like, that's why I expected them to do more. But now it seems like they're just like, yeah, we're fucking tanking again. That's the impression I got from this, is that they're tanking again. And I'm like, if you're tanking again, that means you're playing for draft picks, which means you're playing for a fucking player that you're going to have to spend the next 2 or 3 years hoping they become the player that you want them to be. And if I'm a Blazers fan, I'm tired of waiting. If I'm Damian Lillard, I am tired of waiting. So, I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but tell me what you guys think down below in the comment section below. Helps me out, subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.